Hello. Hello. I am 1 minute late today, but I have a very good reason. I will tell you the reason as soon as somebody joins chat, because if nobody's on chat, I'm not going to tell you the reason. I'm going to tell you what is happening for free. That's not how it works. And I'm just setting up my Reddit stream real quick. Oh, my laptop's in the frame. Move it up. Yep, it works. Okay, let's copy URL, put it in, just keep a quick check over everything. Twitch seems fine, Facebook seems fine, YouTube is well and dandy, and I'm just waiting for Reddit. And once that is up, we can start. We can start this glorious live stream. Can you guys hear this? If I come real close to the mic, is it ASMR? No? Don't like that? Okay. Reddit seems to be up as well. Welcome everybody to the Bru Writes stream, the stream where this guy, Bru, writes writing prompts and then narrates it out in the most interesting way that I can. A lot of you seem to like this. And by a lot of you, I mean like 10 of you, because that's all the people I've gotten on Reddit and Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. And usually a lot more people join me on Twitch, but somehow they've all disappeared. But hello, welcome. Little update for those of you who might be returning to the stream if you follow me and you came by for this. Firstly, I got unbanned from writing prompts, which I talked about in the last stream, but I'm properly unbanned. I'm back. I'm writing stories. People are appreciating it, and I am happy. That dopamine hit, I'm getting it every day. I write a story, someone's like, "Oh, nice work," and I'm like, that's the stuff. That's what I'm looking for. So that feels really good. And the other thing is, I was taking care of a few puppies, and I also talked about this in the podcast, which I do with my friends, but slight sad news for some of you who were there when I was talking about the puppies. One puppy died, parvovirus, terrible disease. 2 others survived, but then one got hit by a car. Yes, the day we left him back. So there's now 1 puppy left with the mother out of a litter of 5, and we're trying to keep that puppy safe somehow, and hopefully it will work. I'm just like, this is just a small update because this was a topic of discussion in the last stream. But anyway, we can get started with today's topics. I've written 4 stories for you today, and the first one is, you're a small-time blacksmith apprentice that just accidentally forged a blade capable of killing immortals. Obviously, immortals are not happy with this. Just a quick little note, when it comes to writing prompts, you are allowed to tweak the writing prompt a bit. You can add whatever you want to it. You don't have to follow it to the letter. So that's what I've done. I've just changed it a bit. I'm not a blacksmith apprentice. I've written about a blacksmith himself. So Brock was called a small-time blacksmith at the start of his career. That doesn't sound too bad, but people said that's all he would ever be. Nothing more, nothing less. And Brock didn't like that at all. He was meant for greatness, and these fools couldn't see that. Instead, they insulted the great Brock's works. No matter how good you are bound to make mistakes. One mistake was all it took for the entire city to call him a nobody. Till then, everybody appreciated his goods. Now, he was back to the grind. He'll show them. He'd keep experimenting and coming up with new weapons. He made spears with golden tips. He made tridents that would rival the one the god of the sea himself wielded. He made swords that were single-edged, double-edged, and no-edged, which were just long metal sticks with a pointy end. This would, millennia in the future, be called fencing swords. Finally, he made a dagger, not for killing, but for sharpening his pencils as he drew more diagrams for future weapons. He used a very unknown material, a rock that fell from the heavens itself, a rock that people thought was useless. Being the ever-curious metal worker that he was, he immediately took it upon himself to learn how to use it. And boy, did he do well. The material would slice through wood like it was nothing. He started making more weapons with these rocks and eventually got into making full-blown swords and tridents from it. These weapons, although great, were only bought scarcely. Very few people actually appreciated what he made until that fateful day when one man came running at him with a heavenly guard behind him. That's him! That's Brock! I bought the sword from him, I did! He made it! I didn't make it! Please, let me live! I won't kill the gods! Please, I swear it! He frantically yelled. Boom! He was purged where he stood, and ashes remained. The All-Father came to Brock and stared at him. Your weapon led to the death of my son Loki, he started. That foolish son thought a mortal weapon could never hurt him until your sword ran through him, killing him almost instantly, he continued. The All-Father was not one to be trifled with. Brock knew he was going to die in the next few moments. So, the god continued, you will get a furnace in Asgard where you will make weapons for the gods, he proclaimed. Brock was stunned. Poor old Brock, making weapons for the gods? As you wish, my lord, he said humbly, while dancing inside his head. Finally, Brock was going to be known for his skills. Brock was flashed up to the heavens and shown to his furnace and station. It was beautiful and had materials of all sizes and shapes, all types of rocks and stones, and the furnace blasted heat like a few thousand suns. He got to work immediately. A few centuries later, though, Brock was tired. He wanted to work on something new and exciting. He realized that he was the slave of the gods, and while people everywhere knew his name and his work, he had no freedom. He just wished for something new, anything, whatever it could be. Soon after, Odin heard a prophecy, one that will signal the end of all the gods, starting with Odin. A war that would be known as Armageddon, and a wolf named Fenrir would start it all. Odin approached Brock. Make me a chain so strong that it will bind this immortal wolf forever and evermore. He should never be able to escape the bindings of his leash. You have the magic of the gods to add to your work, he demanded. This was the chance Brock was waiting for. Not only was it something new, but it was a chance of an escape from this prison. He started work on a chain with one weak link in it. One day, the wolf would break out, killing all the gods and Brock with it. That was a price he was more than ready to pay. After all, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Oh, Alchemist on Reddit gave helpful. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining the stream. I hope you have fun. But yeah, anyway, just to discuss the story a bit. So Brock is actually, I don't know if I'm saying the name right. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. This is just the pronunciation that was in my head. He's actually a blacksmith, a Norse blacksmith who was supposed to have worked on a lot of weapons. And I just wanted to start him off as this little guy who made a mistake. Nobody knows what the mistake is, of course. That's entirely up to you to decide. But everybody makes mistakes. Like, even no matter how good you are at your field, you will make mistakes. And the greater you are, the more the mistakes are forgiven. But you still make mistakes. And this one particular mistake for Brock was not forgiven. And then everybody just started telling him he was like worthless. He was not going to achieve anything. But Brock was very determined, so that's why he kept grinding and grinding and grinding. And I know it's Norse mythology, but I said god of the sea with the trident just to give a little nod to Poseidon with his trident. That's just a little bit of multiversing right here. Greek and Norse mythology, beautiful. And of course, I have no idea if fencing swords are just long sticks with a pointy end. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong about that, but hey, I just wanted to put that in somewhere over there. And anyway, so the material which he uses is supposed to be an unknown rock that falls from the heavens. It's supposed to be like an asteroid of some kind. And I chose this because there have been a lot of stories, and there have been, I think, even in real life, where you can get a lot of metals from rocks, from asteroids that fall on the earth. And even in Avatar, The Last Airbender, Sokka gets a meteoroid and he gets metal from that and makes his space sword, as he calls it. So that was kind of an inspiration for that. And he started making weapons with these rocks that he called it, and he just made beautiful weapons. And even then, just having these things weren't enough, so people just never cared about him until one day, one guy accidentally killed a god. Now, I intentionally said that Loki was the one who died because everybody knows Loki is the god of mischief, and he has multiple deaths throughout Norse mythology, and he's never actually dead. He always finds a way to trick people and come back to life. So, you know, is he actually dead? Is he not actually dead? Who knows? It's completely up to your imagination. But either way, it's believed that this weapon could kill gods. And Odin, in his wisdom, decides to enslave the poor guy and make him make weapons for the gods forever and evermore to kill all of his enemies. And obviously, when a god comes down and gives you